call coming in. Hope to God it's a prosecutor calling us to say something. Let's see. Might be Justin again calling to harass us. Hello, thanks for calling Reasonable Doubt.
Which is unconstitutional harassment statute, by the way.
Hey, this isn't harassment if I call twice, is it? Well, but don't you guys think that maybe that part of the frustration I have a lot of times is like when you're talking about little piddly little misdemeanor cases, when you go ask for when the state makes a rec, they don't make a recommendation or for a plea bargain agreement based on the facts of that case. They look over to that thing that Kim has told them to stop writing, and they look at how much time they've gotten on their previous cases, and they make a recommendation not based on the current charged offense and what the breach of the community that the person's accused of doing. They make it based on everything else that person's done in the past. So couldn't what Kim's doing try to be getting at what you guys are complaining about as far as the prosecutors making unreasonable recs and judges knowing about people's past criminal history more than they really should and busting pleas? Does that get to that at all, do you guys think?
So that's an interesting point that Justin brings up. And what he's talking about is, and I know that we've all seen this, but for viewers that maybe don't know, let's say you got a guy who has, he's in on a misdemeanor shoplifting case, Class B, not a particularly rough case, right? But he's got some history. He's got a prior theft. He's got a criminal trespass.
An ag rob he did 10 years for.
Let's just keep it simple. He's just got several little misdemeanors, and one's a theft, one's a criminal trespass, and one's a criminal mischief or something like that. And on the first one, he was 18 years old. He pled out for time served just so he could go home.
In the old system.
In the old system, and he did it, and it was 2 days. And then the next time, he did basically the same thing, but he'd been in there a week and he got 5 days. And then the next time he got 7 days because it just happened to be the number of days that he was there. Now this time he's made bond, right? And he comes in and he's only got a couple of days credit, and they've got him nailed because of his history. He's not qualifying for the retail theft PTI or anything like that. And another theft conviction isn't necessarily going to hurt him. He's just, let me take a time served and go home. You go to the prosecutor and they look down at that list and they say, oh, well, the last time he was here, he did 7 days. I'm not giving him less than what he did the last time. So they give you a rec of 10 days and they won't come off of it. Well, he's only got 2 days credit. That means the poor guy's got to go back into jail, and now he doesn't want to do that. When you're out, you don't want to go back in. So that's what Justin's talking about. And if maybe they don't look at that, maybe we get a more realistic rec when they look at just that case. Okay, it's a shoplifting case where he stole $105
There's no prosecutor in Harris County that's not going to, if it's not written on the jacket, it's going to take you about another half hour for them to review the TCIC and NCIC, which they're going to have to do to figure out the rec.
I think
that's the answer.
Well, and it goes back to,
they're going to judge criminal history.
Yeah,
it's not going to.
I agree.
We're going to be spending more, which is fine, but we're going the case itself in the jail court, for example, or even on bond. You cannot figure out what's going on within that time frame. So what's going to happen is that individual's going to get reset because they're going to have 30 other people that are looking for the NCIC and the TCIC, and that person is going to get reset and it's going to get bogged down. Which
but the problem, you can't ignore people's criminal history. I'm
No,
sorry,
I don't disagree.
As much as I'm a defense lawyer and I'm going to advocate for my client, look, because you can't set aside and look in a vacuum and say, I'm just going to ignore the 10 other cases this guy picked up and focus on his DWLI. Because here's the thing, I can't do that with my kid. I can't do that with my kid. I give my kid 10 different chances, and then it's the same analogy. It's the same freaking analogy. You got a kid who, you give him chance after chance after chance. You're gonna factor that in.